Hey, what's up YouTube? Mario here from Little Ladies up against Nucking, Futz, and Solidarity in G3 Siege. This one's gonna be tough. Let's get into it. Alright, so for the first match, we're gonna hit this Nana, Savannah, and Masha team. We're gonna come into it with Jean, Leo, and Belinus. Hopefully it works out. We don't really have heals here, but if we can get some CC and tank it, we'll be fine. Okay, so they are on Shield Will. We're gonna hit the Nana to push her back. Nice. Okay, luckily, I don't know if that's luckily, but the Savannah didn't use her skill 3. Masha almost killing the Leo right away. This is not looking good. We get resisted. We're going to have to put the invincibility on the Leo, and hopefully we get the stun here. We need a huge stun. Nice. We do get the stun. We do a little bit of damage onto the Masha. Not too much, surprisingly, but I did nerf my Belinus. Okay, this Masha is hitting really hard. Can we stun? We do get another stun. And we're going to work onto the Nana. This Masha is hitting super hard. I should have probably went with the defense lead instead. And we're fucked. Alright, that proc really fucked us over there. We do get stunned on the Belinus. Everything is going to shit now. Doesn't even matter if we get the provokes here because there's still a lot of damage. Nana has 2 stacks. Can we get stuns? No stuns. We have a defense break on the Belinus. This Savannah's proccing. We're still not stunning. Not that it really matters. We need to honestly probably dismount the Masha, but I go for the Savannah instead. She dies to the dots. And it looks like it's fucked here for sure. Yeah, it was done once the Leo was dead. Too much damage coming out from their side. I should have given the Juno, Windy, Camilla a try. That one probably would have worked far better as long as the Juno survived. But yeah, first one's a loss. GG. Alright, so for the next one, we're going to come back into it with the Leica, Windy, and Camilla. I decided to go in with the Leica instead of a Juno just so we can get those counter hits and so he can hopefully tank the Masha. Alright, let's see. No skill 3 again from the Savannah. We do get skill 2'd and stunned by the Nana. Now, can we get the freeze? No, we don't get the freeze onto the Nana. Okay, skill 3 coming out. We do get a counter. No stun, thankfully. The Leica is doing pretty good, tanking all the damage. Nice counter. Can we dismount here? Not enough damage, unfortunately. Can we freeze? Okay, we do get the freeze this time. Leica is getting those counters, very important here. Doing some chip damage. Okay, can we kill the Savannah here? That is the main question. Okay, luckily no stun. We're just gonna go for the Savannah. We don't kill. Leica almost died. Thankfully, he survived. Now we're gonna hit the Masha here to dismount her so she's not using any multi-hits. The problem here is that they're gonna be hitting hard as hell. But we should be fine as long as they're not proccing. Thankfully, the Leica survived. And we do get the kill on the Savannah. She's coming back to life. Proccing again, of course. Leica surviving it with a ball hair. We're going to have to heal here. Okay-ish heal. Now it's a 3v2. With the Savannah dismounted and the Nana having no stacks, it looks like it's another win here. And we're not going to have a problem killing the Savannah. Finishing off the Nana for a win. Alright, so for this next one, go ahead and get some popcorn, some chips, and a drink. Sit back, relax. This one is a movie. Takes forever, even sped up. I'm bringing in the Water Ivor, Josephine, and Riley into this Manon, Beta, and Perna team. It just takes forever. Not really too scary. It does get sketchy at some points, but it's just a pain in the ass to deal with, honestly. I think we can all agree that Manon needs a nerf really badly. Not even the fact that she parries just about every single time you hit, but she does a lot of damage even onto opposite elements. I have a funny story. I was doing inner server and I brought a Leo team into Manon. The Manon procced, defense broke my Leo, procced again, and one-shot it, hitting them for like 20k on the second hit. And I'm like, damn, dude, she hit so hard. So for this team, I went specifically for the beta just so there is no anti-crit and no revive. Once we get rid of her, we can either go for the Manon or the Perna. I think it's better to get rid of the Perna second because she does have that heal and we don't want any more heals in this team. And then you leave Manon for last and take forever to kill her. Shout out to Shoots for this team. He ended up using it up against a similar defense and it worked out pretty well. Alright, next up we're going to hit another Manon defense with a Perna, and instead of a beta we are going to have a Molly here. I'm going to bring in my very own Manon, Aaliyah, and Miles. I sped this one up again just because it takes a very long time. There's not too much of a threat here. I do end up switching targets a lot, and I really don't recommend switching targets. Just focus one thing down. I would probably say get rid of the Molly first if possible. I was going for the Manon just so I don't have to deal with the parry and all that. But because of the Molly and the Perna, there were a lot of heals. It was making it very difficult to kill the Manon, even though I had many chances to kill her. My Miles wasn't proccing, which was pretty unfortunate. There were a few times where I could have just deleted the Manon if I got a proc, but RNG wasn't on my side this day. I was supposed to get this video out for you guys on Wednesday and then follow up with another Siege video on Thursday, but I was super busy this week. I had a final, some projects due, and I had these very big work tasks to do, so I was just super busy. Didn't really have the time to rest even, so I wanted to make sure that I got these videos out to you this weekend. I'm gonna have this one hopefully posted today, Saturday, May 13th, and then the next one will be out tomorrow on Sunday. And then on Monday, maybe I'll have a summon video for you guys. It's just gonna be a compilation of summons that I've done over the past month, and one of the recent summons that I just did, getting me a new LD4. I still haven't tested her out yet, but I do look forward to bringing her out in Siege, maybe even World Guild Battle. It's been a while since I've posted one of those videos. If you guys have any guesses on what this LD4 is, comment it down below, and if you're right, I'll give you a shout out. But yeah, this defense just takes forever. If you come into it with triple water and you go for the Manon, you get rid of the Manon, you should be safe here. There's not really anything that the Perna and Molly are going to do, just be annoying. But I still think it's better if you get rid of the Molly first, then the Manon, and leave Perna for last. Alright, next up, we're going to hit this Dominic, Nana, and Masha team. We're just going to come into it with a Galleon, Tiana, and Poseidon. Those past two matches took way too long. Just wanted to cleave this, get it over with, win or lose. Most likely, we were going to win here if we could get the pushbacks. Again, it's all about getting the defense breaks and the pushbacks. We got the defense breaks. Did we get the pushbacks? Nice. We even get a stun. But the Masha resisted and was on Nemesis, so she took a turn, making it very sketchy, especially if she was on Vio. We kill the Dominic. Can we get a kill here? We need to get 2 kills here, preferably. We don't kill anything. Luckily, the Masha doesn't kill Tiana. Luckily, the Dominic doesn't go for Tiana. We snipe the Masha, leave the Dominic for last. Hopefully, we can kill him before he procs like crazy and kills all of them. Luckily, the Galleon didn't die. We're going to use skill 2 and kill the Dominic. Alright, so for this next one, we're going to hit another Dominic defense, but this time it's with Nora and Vigor. We're going to go ahead and bring in the double Battle Angel team with a Madeline Cookie. We shouldn't have a problem here as long as we don't get outsped by the Nora. Alright, luckily we don't get outsped by the Nora, so we're going to go ahead and boost up. And we're going to go ahead and kill what I think is the main threat here, the Dominic. Alright, nice. Now we're going to go for the Nora. Very nice. And now we leave the Vigor for last. Not too much of a threat here, since we do have 2 wind monsters. And if he were to glance on my Sonya, he'd be giving her some attack bar. Luckily, we do get a crit. We don't finish off with the Madeline, but we do finish him off with the Claire. Alright, next up, we're going to hit this Kamoon, Vigor, and Lume. We're going to come into it with a Madlight, Vigor, and Lulu. I did make a couple changes on my Madlight, making him a bit slower, but a lot tankier and with higher resistance. Hopefully, it does work here. Lume gets some pushbacks, but nothing crazy here. Can we get some provokes? We get the provoke onto the Vigor. I'm not sure why I used the shred onto the Kamoon. I think I just thought that I'd have a higher chance of defense breaking him, but it didn't work out. I don't know why I was trying to hit the Kamoon, but we are going to be working onto the Vigor at some point. Okay, nice. We get the double provoke. And we're just going to keep working onto the Vigor so there is no heals. Once we get rid of the Vigor, we're going to go for the Kamun or the Lume, depending what is weaker. I know this is a very common defense to see nowadays, but it can be very sketchy. Even if you bring in a very safe tanky team, that Lume procs like crazy, and that Vigor procs like crazy. If anything procs like crazy, you're basically just fucked. You can't do anything about procs. Sometimes I want to go ahead and try to cleave this defense, but just because they're G3, you never know how fast they're going to be, how tanky they're going to be. So it's very sketchy to try to cleave them. Unless you know you're for sure going to outspeed, you're going to do enough damage. Like with the Lushen. It's possible to Lushen this team, but I just like to try to play it safe. Most of the time, unless I get a loss, then at that point I'm kind of like, whatever, I'm just going to go in and bring whatever team is fun. I think even though that the meta has been pretty boring lately, I'm glad that there's a lot of diversity in the offenses that you can bring in to some of the teams. You don't have to necessarily bring in the same offenses over and over and over again, unless you really want to try hard. But even then, I think now there are so many good offenses that you can go ahead and bring them in and still have a really good chance of defeating those defenses. Just like the offense that I'm going to show in this next battle, it's not necessarily a new offense. It's been around for a long time. It's new to me. I've never tried it. I saw Guildy try it. Shout out to Mort. I've heard a lot of G3 players use it, and I can see why it's really solid. And you could probably build 10 of those and maybe use those up against 10 similar offenses. But you can honestly play this game however you'd like, whatever is fun to you. You can bring in 10 of the same offense, or you can try out new ones with a bunch of random mons. Have a bit of fun, however you'd like, honestly. I'm glad that Siege has been pretty fun this season compared to last season. Last season sucked. Alright, so for the next one, we are going to use this very solid offense. Mihyang, Teon, and Lushen into Kamun, Vigor, and Lume. I think this is a really solid offense to use against this defense. I think it's a really solid offense in general. The best part about it is that it's fairly free to play, so I highly recommend you guys build this one if you haven't. Let's see how much damage you do. 14s, 15Ks. We're not hitting marinade numbers, but it's okay. We have the damage, we have the survivability. Mihyang's gonna be doing some pretty decent damage here. She is on my Water Ivor set. I think having her on a crit damage set would be better, but I didn't want to go ahead and ruin her up for that. But she's doing pretty good amount of damage with the attack buff, and we do kill the Kamun. Alright, so for this next one, we're gonna hit this Heinz Lume Vigor team. It's old school meta, but it can still be pretty OP. We're gonna go ahead and bring in the K team, the Harmonia, Isilin, and Jolton. Let's see if we get cucked here. Hopefully we don't get cucked. What's most important here is that the Isilin doesn't get stunned, because we're not going to get those revenge dots, those counter dots. And luckily he didn't get stunned. Can we sleep? No sleep onto the Heinz. We're just going to put some more dots out there. We do get the stun on the Heinz. Nice. Nice counter dots. We're going to get some more here. Yep. We almost killed Lume. She almost dies to the dots. Okay, she's going to die to the dots right there. If the Vigor doesn't get a heal off, we do get the stun on the Vigor. And we're pretty much golden here. We're going to secure the kill on the Lume. It's a 3v2. And the Vigor is going to heal up. Not really much to worry about here. We do get stunned, but it's okay. We're going to be doing some stunning back and putting some dots. Can we get stun? No stun. But we get the defense break. And he will die to the dots. Nice. Alright, next up, we are going to hit this Kamun, Vigor, and Lume. We're going to bring in Carcano, Fran, and Fuki. This isn't the best counter for it. I wouldn't consider this as a counter for it. I just wanted to test it out. The Vigor lands a skill 3 onto the Carcano. We get skill 3 by Lume into a proc. Carcano is down. It's a 2v3. We have a heal block on the Fuki. We had to cleanse that. Now he's defense broken. Lume's proccing. Kamun's hitting. Vigor finishes off, and it's another L. Alright, let's check out the contribution while the siege was going on. We have Destro at the top, Dude in second. I am in 5th, not doing too hot in this siege. Let's see how we finished off. We did get 3rd place, but we did fairly well, especially since these guilds are very tough. Now let's see the contribution after the siege. We have Dude at the top. Shout out to Dude, OP. And I ended up dropping a little bit lower to 8th place. Now let's see what I get from the trophy box. Destro got a full LD scroll. Shout out to Destro. OP. Hopefully he got something nice out of it. And we are getting some LD pieces, a mystical scroll, and a legend despair rune. Within 8 accuracy, not too bad. But yeah, if you guys don't mind, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It helps my channel out a lot. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.